Like, there's
most people in the industry are related.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that interesting? Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Think about it. Look at Wanye right now with his sons.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why he signed them to marry. I don't get it. They can't read.
It's not becoming of our culture, of our people.
But I'm going after our people. Do they sound like our people?
Hey. Hey.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Hey. Hey.
I don't know them.
And Jack, let me ask, because you mentioned
I recognize the color, you know what I'm saying? But the spirit is all. You know, they selling melanin now.
I heard you could bottle it up. Jack, you mentioned Erykah Badu, and you had said that you are related.
Yeah.
Faith is related. And you had mentioned that your relation, you know, kind of the family tree of it all.
Just like Snoop is related to Brandy and
yeah, I just saw Instagram posted a list of people who are related. I was like, oh, like there's a lot.
Most people in the industry are related.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Isn't that interesting? Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Think about it. Look at Wanye right now with his sons.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why he signed them to marry. I don't get it. They can't read. Why would you trust a contract coming from a bitch that can't read? Clearly she didn't write it. And if she can't read, then clearly she didn't read it. So who's writing the fucking contract that those kids signed?
Yeah.
It ain't her.
Yeah.
And guess what? Considering the deal their father signed, I don't know. You know, Boyz II Men got fucked. They got raped by Michael Bivins. Raped. And I'm not saying sexual assault. I'm talking about pockets.
Yeah, man.
Right through.
Very bad.
They had one of the worst recording contracts ever. It was almost as if Michael Bivins was like having like PTSD from New Edition being a child star and said, I'm going to find some real talented guys.
Do this again.
And I'm going to fuck them over worse than we did. Again. So we can say it happened to somebody else.
That's PTSD for you. Like
Jaguar Wright has once again sparked intense debate with her explosive claims about Jay-Z and the NDA she was forced to sign while working with him in the past. While her words were once dismissed or ignored, they are now being taken more seriously, especially in light of the recent sexual assault lawsuit. These resurfacing allegations have shaken the music industry, shedding light on a potentially darker side of the entertainment world. Let's take a closer look at what Jaguar Wright revealed and how her experiences expose unsettling truths behind the scenes.
Why would you sit there and say, man, we had the #1 record and we were still on food stamps, and then force your group to do that?
Hey, man.
Why would you do that?
Be your own people.
You want to know how fucked off it was for Big Mike at the end of his run before he had to leave Boyz II Men?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, please.
Let me tell you how bad his finances had gotten after his wife ran through what lump sum of money they had on that god-awful soul food restaurant that lacked soul and promptness. 6 hours to get a turkey wing platter. 6 hours. We used to call it opening to get it in time for dinner. Get your order in as soon as they open if you want to have it by 6. That was the joke around Voorhees.
Jeez.
Jill bought their house. She got it cheap. It would have been a $750,000 home back then, but they were forced to knock $250,000 off the top because of the structural damage. Apparently, they weren't able to take care of that home. It was riddled with termites. Said the only thing holding it up was the paint. They needed the money. So Jill squeezed And they sold that house for very much more than $400,000 less what it was worth. And they broke even.
So,
is it the way you hate me, baby? That was my cousin Alma that sang that.
oh,
Yeah.
oh. The apple don't fall far.
Oh, you don't want to diss me,
The apple don't fall far.
You don't want to diss me. I know you. Bitch. Wait a second. Did you hear what I just said? Michael Bivins fucked over Boys to Men. And when Big Mike got sick, apparently there wasn't enough money available to help them through their hard times.
That's how it goes.
They didn't even promote that soul food restaurant. I mean, I can understand why it was some nigga shit, but maybe if they had got some real help, maybe they could have hired somebody to come in and help.
Recently, social media has been abuzz with discussions surrounding Jaguar Wright's bold accusations, as a lawsuit now accuses Jay-Z and Diddy of serious misconduct, making headlines. Many are revisiting Wright's earlier claims about her time in the industry, describing it as a world filled with secrecy, manipulation, and exploitation. One of the most shocking aspects of her revelations is how NDAs were used to silence her and others who dared to speak out.
We were just saying, I had brought this point up. I said, Johnny Depp didn't sue just because he was going to get money out of Amber Heard. Like, it wasn't even about that. It was because he wanted to fix his name, for him to be able to get notoriety and jobs, the things that are, to whatever his legacy is in Hollywood. That's why he wanted to sue. He didn't really care about, I don't think he did it for money, because I'm thinking in my mind, like, he has to know that he wasn't going to get anything, to what he's worth. I think he sued because he wanted to clear his name from the Amber Heard situation, which she had initially put out. And that's the thing. It's like, yeah, I mean, you might not be worth anything, and they could sue you just to clear the name if they have the money to do so. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. You never know.
I totally agree with you. First of all, again, I just want to reiterate that I'm so grateful that individuals like you are covering this story, and you're not allowing her to change your focus onto something else that she thinks is more, significant. For example, I think she's fuming the flames for the accuser to take the heat off of herself, but you're still keeping the eye on the mark. Like, you're not allowing somebody to tell you, this is what you need to look at. Don't look at me and the lies that I'm spreading. And I just think that it takes a certain level of dedication to stick to what really, really matters. And that's commendable. It really is. And I appreciate people like yourself. For me, I do see a direct correlation between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp. I think that this is exactly the same situation in which a woman are making claims in order to get interviews. And I mean, she put out an article.
It was the Washington Post.
Correct. I watched the trial. She alluded to him being an abuser, right? And the way that Jaguar Wright has similarly done the same thing, she used his name and is now trying to, backtrack. But my thing is this: it was publicized. It's still on Netflix. Everybody, all the public got to see what was actually happening in the trial, which helped revert back the opinion, to which he was able to now then work again and, win back his favor. And I think that that's what Jay-Z should do as well. I think that if he does sue her, it should be publicized so that everything can be dismantled and pulled apart as far as the claims that she's made over the years. Because this is just one of many. This is one of many. There are so many
there's many
accusations. Yeah. And my thing is, when I went on the Star Report, people were saying, well, Sunday, it sounds as though
Jaguar Wright has revealed that signing NDAs was a common practice when working with Jay-Z and other major figures in the industry. However, she alleges that these agreements went far beyond protecting trade secrets or business deals. According to Wright, the NDAs were used as a way to silence individuals and prevent them from exposing anything that could tarnish reputations, even if it involved unethical or illegal actions. She describes these contracts as powerful tools of control, created to keep the darker truths of the industry concealed.
And I do think that, just being a person who's familiar with the music industry, I've been a singer since 18. I know what goes on.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them have, intercourse. The rappers sleep with the singers.
Yeah.
The actresses sleep with the directors. I mean, this stuff is common. You know what I mean? Like, it's not unheard of for there to be some sort of.
It sounded like, because I did hear you, and I felt like you were trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, right? Which happens a lot. Like, I have seen, like, for example, shout out to Sean Davy Way. Sean Davy Way, I remember that at one point he was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he was helpful to Jaguar Wright at one point, and she can't sustain any relationship. Like, I saw that play out too in OKP, Official King Payne. Like, these creators were very helpful at some point, just trying to advocate for her, whatever they can do to help. But then it became to a point where she just backstabbed them. That's what she does. And that's what she's going to do to everybody because she's done it before. That's why I'm like, I hope that, all calls are being recorded when it comes to this woman.
Yeah.
Expect your calls to be recorded. Expect them to be released. Okay. So if you've had a one-to-one heartfelt situation with her, she's probably recorded it. And it'll be released for content at some point when you piss her off and you're not on her side. I've seen she has done it to too many people here since 2020 when she first 2019, 2020 when she first came out. I saw it all play out. Yeah.
Well, this is the thing, I'm okay with that. I'm totally fine with that. I feel like if you speak your truth and you're not a dishonest, deceptive person, you have nothing to hide. If somebody puts out a private conversation, that's not a bad thing if you are telling the truth in whatever, the context is. So I don't have any fear about being exposed. She thinks she can expose me. She really does. And she's probably researching me now. She can expose me because I've already exposed myself. You can't expose someone who has nothing to hide, who doesn't have secrets. She accused me of being a terrible mother, saying that I'm on the internet all day, not taking care of my child. She made false allegations about me being a sex worker. So she inflates things. And ironically, her son has gone on a huge platform with over 1 million subscribers and talked about at